Our next pairing is Divighn and Dimitrius, the D's, and they did Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic, Anderson .Paak, and Bruno Mars.
If you're trying to lay these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Got a lot to say about this one. I thought it sounded a little rough in rehearsal. I was a little worried. But then I was like, ooh, coach them, Cynthia. Like, that was my note. I said, coach them, Cynthia. I hope they absorbed. I hope they sponged everything Cynthia was saying. Cynthia was where you at? Like the way Cynthia. That's what Cynthia does so brilliantly. The way she emotes a song, it's like it's perfection every time it comes out of her mouth because she gets it. She gets the context. She gets it. It's what singing actors do best. They get the context. They get the genre. They get the story. They get the backstory. They get the front story. They get the story that hasn't happened yet, right? And that's what Cynthia did. Cynthia said, "Come on, give me some sexy. Stop trying to sing it so much. Listen to what Anderson and Bruno did. It was like what she say? That you're so cool that you don't even get up to answer the door.
You don't even get up. The door. Text them and tell them the door's open.
Like, and she just knows her stuff. I'm thinking vocally, what was wrong with this duet was I don't think either of them, I think both of them, and I could be wrong. So, gentlemen, if you want to write and tell me I'm wrong, but I suspect that they so just wanted to be heard as to what they could do vocally that they missed the whole point of the stripped down. This song is so stripped. Everyone knows Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak can holler, but they don't holler on this song. This song is a completely different approach. And I just think, and so where I'm angry is I don't think Michael should have picked this song for them.
Bingo.
I was very upset with this song choice because both of these gentlemen can sing it down, and I just didn't think it did anything for either of their voices. And I knew, kind of just because I remember both of their auditions, I knew what they were both going to do, and I just thought it was setting both of them up for not being in the best light. And I said, be careful, both of you. Please, when you do runs, you have to do runs in tune. You have to do runs in tune. I could tell that there were problems because I number one, John's face, and number two, Adam's face. I was like, this isn't going too well. Now, there were some really nice moments. I felt every time they did the la 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 la, I'm not going to sing it, y'all, but every time they did the la 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 la, I thought both times they did it, it was divine. It was they listened to each other. There wasn't too much ornamentation, too much vocal gymnastics. I said Adam was listening intently because, anytime there's male falsetto singing, Adam's going to be right, like his ears are going to like almost turn up. And I said, watch. Again, I felt like the runs were really where both of them went kind of like off the rails a little bit. You got to stay, if you're going to do a run, number one, it has to be intentional. And number two, it's got to be in key. In the correct key. And I don't know if it's a situation where they couldn't hear or what. But again, Kelsey gave some of the best advice. She said, you did too much, which caused it to get a little muddy. And I really like that note. I need the two of you to listen to Kelsey's note. Kelsey knows what she's talking about. Even though she is a country singer, Kelsey knows the voice and she knows what sounds
That's
good.
right.
The thing that makes me so angry is that both of these gentlemen can sing their face off, and I just felt like they were, and now my voice is cracking. I just felt like they were set up for failure with this song because they're not
Yes.
the type of singers that sing "Leave the Door Open." You give "Leave the Door Open" to BD, okay?
That's
You give it
right.
you give it to
That's
BD, or you
right.
give it to Renzo or
Renzo,
J
yeah.
Ammo. You don't you give it,
Yes.
they needed something R&B and big. But that's just me.
You're absolutely correct. Now, I do think that they did better than what the rehearsal was giving. I do think that. Do I think that there was some runs that went awry? Yes. Do I think that it was perfect? No. Do I think that they did a good job with the kind of vocalists they are? And I do think so. The answer to that question was yes. I do think that they really listened to Cynthia's notes because it did feel like they were much more laid back. But in that, I don't feel like they were able to be themselves. Interestingly enough, I found like vocally par for par, for better or for worse, they were pretty much equal. So the one factor that I thought was going to be the deciding factor, and I think that it was who looked more
Stage
comfortable
presence,
on
yeah.
stage. And I think it was the person that ended up being chosen, which is a shame because I know that the other person that did not get chosen has good stage presence at all, but it just did not come across that way in this particular performance. So Michael chose Divighn to move through to the next round of competition, and that unfortunately meant that Dimitrius went home, which is a loss because he was an incredible vocalist.
I number one, he's a local dude. So we got love for him.
Yes.
Number two, as someone who, was classically trained, I got it, Demetrius. I got it. I get you. I get you. I would love to connect with you if you do watch this, because I'd love to collaborate with you, because as someone who, has a
That'd be
foundation
hot.
classically, but is not singing classical music anymore, I get it. I get it, and
Mhm.
I think you're pretty darn incredible.
Absolutely. Me too.
Okay.